No recording process this time? It doesn't say it anymore? That's weird. Okay.
Oh, it's because it's on my headphones, so I can hear it. But I
Oh,
think you were hearing the echo from my laptop last time
I
or the
probably
previous times.
was. Okay, well, recording in progress, you know? This is the Tilt Report, episode 11, I believe. Whenever we miss a couple days, I always forget what episode we're on. I'm pretty sure we're on episode 11. Anyway, this Tilt Report,
Yeah.
Jeremy. I am James. He is Jeremy. He's wearing headphones today, which is why you might not recognize him. I understand that sometimes, that kind of stuff can be jarring, but he is wearing headphones today. So if there's any audio issues, just completely blame him. Don't blame me. I'm not the one at fault. But yeah, we took a couple days off. We usually record on Saturdays. Did not get to this weekend for various reasons, mostly pertaining to Jeremy having to build furniture. But Jeremy, how was your weekend outside of building said furniture?
It was pretty good. I went to a wedding yesterday, so I was pretty like out of pocket yesterday. I didn't really do too much, didn't play any DFS, and then yeah, Saturday was a building furniture day, and I basically built furniture on Saturday, and then I played NBA DFS at night. I had a really good lineup that finished in like 40th in the lotto, which was pretty good. I did not expect to have a good day because most of my day was not researching anything NBA. And as you know, James, late season NBA requires a lot of research and a lot of guesswork. So, but other than that, I mean, it's starting to get really nice out here in, well, I live in New Jersey, but here in the tri state area. So things are pretty good. How about you?
Yeah, the weather's fantastic here. This is the second day in a row that I just want to go frolic outside like a little fairy. It's starting to gear up to be a really, really nice part of the year. I really, really like spring and summer. I like autumn the most, but spring is close second, I think. Yeah, the weekend was fine. Match play was hilarious. Kind of expected it to be. A lot of weird things. There was a withdrawal that ended up making it so that it greatly affected the way the field played out. So that was one of the things we talked about the last time that we talked on this podcast. So hopefully you guys played match play. It's a lot of fun. But
Yeah.
outside of that, no, I mean, had a subscriber hit for 100K either yesterday or Saturday. Don't remember. He's part of the
It
ETR.
was,
Well, Trevor.
yeah, it was Saturday.
Yeah.
It was actually it was the day that I had a pretty good lineup, and we were kind of sweating it in the ETR
Yeah.
Discord a little bit. But yeah, no, I mean, Trevor is a great player. He plays a ton of different sports, so yeah, congrats to him for sure.
Yeah, he's awesome. He's awesome. Love his presence in Discord as well. He's an awesome guy. So that was pretty cool. Had a subscriber hit back-to-back days in League of Legends for the top overall prize. It's awesome.
All right.
He has been a subscriber to Paydirt for so long that he has the original Paydirt logo that was green and black. Like like the before 4 times, right? Like when I just accepted tips for the stuff that I was doing. So I'm always really happy whenever he finds success. And it was a pretty good weekend leading into what should be an incredible weekend next week for MLB season. So really excited for MLB.
Yeah.
Does ETR have a baseball product? I don't remember.
They do not. They do not. So you have MLB stuff. You go to pay dirt. I fully endorse that.
Yeah, everybody, just send everybody over to me. I'm really excited. I think the models that I built out are really, really cool. I have some really cool permutation based stuff for stacks that is going to be like really sick to use. I think that like the reason I'm so excited for it is because it's such an intuitive tool of like how many times have you been in the position where you're like, okay, well, I have $12,000 or I have like $9,000 left. What's the best 3-man stack that I can make on the slate? And like now you can put in that information and it'll just tell you. And like you don't have to go look for it. You don't have to try to build things. It's just really, really cool. Outside of using an optimizer, it's probably like the easiest way to build, I think. And if you're like me, I don't really like using optimizers, but I do like using stuff like that. So I get a better look at all the different components of my lineup because that's kind of how I build. So I'm pretty excited for that. I think it's going to be a really good year for Paydirt for sure.
And James, do you play like are you an MME guy in MLB or are you more like single entry, same as NBA?
I have had fantastic success MMEing in MLB the 4 times in my career that I've done it. Over the years, I just like it's so hard to grind an MME season in baseball. There are so many games and so many, and like I'm really good at it. It usually I'll MME for like 2 weeks or so and have a lot of success. Like last year, I had like 20,000 success or something like that. Year before that, I had like 10,000, something like that. And that's great for playing on like low volume. I think that I could be really, really good, but like, man, as like a father of a 2-year-old and like having a business to run, it's hard. And I get burnt out. So I like MME. I like the process. I'm good at it. But most of the time I'm playing single entry or 3-max just specifically because I want to be able to play the entire year and I don't want to burn myself out. Like I want to have capacity to actually continue the grind.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, is late swap a big thing in MLB? I would assume no, right?
Yes and no. I mean, late swap is not as big of a thing. So late swap is as big of a thing in NBA as, or I mean, in MLB as it is in NFL. You can kind of look at them the same. You're late swapping for win equity. You're not late swapping for min cash equity. You're not late swapping most of the time because guys aren't in your lineup. Unless like you don't have the Dodgers lineup or one of the West Coast teams, like maybe the Angels don't release their lineup until an hour after lock, and you don't know who is going to be in that stack. But for the most part, what you're doing is you're weighing win equity and expected value against the lineup that you have versus what information you've gained. So like if you have an early stack that's just the nuts and they're like 4% owned, then yeah, you want to late swap on the chalk pitchers and then just like find a way to have more chalk. But mostly it's like NFL. That's the way you think about it.
Gotcha. It's like basic late swap. It's not like Doc Rivers decided to be an asshole and didn't know where Joel Embiid was, so I have to late swap everything. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. I mean, like the worst situations that you run into with shit like that is like the Dodgers or the Angels, these West Coast teams that
get postponed.
Yeah, they just not get postponed. They just don't fucking post their starting lineup. So like you have to guess. You have to make a guess at what their batting order is going to be based on the platoon split. And the Giants are notoriously heavy platoon. So they'll have like 5 or 6 guys in their batting order that legit are only platoon hitters. So if they're up against a lefty, you might get this platoon or you might get 3 other guys that are swapped in. You just don't know. The nice thing of that is that the Giants and the Angels mostly suck. And you're not really caring that much about it anyway. But like the Dodgers have some platoon guys as well. And they're going to have times throughout the season where you don't know if it's going to be Chris Taylor or one of their other guys that's in the platoon. So you do have to kind of think about that. But for the most part, it's really basic win equity swapping. And those are the hardest decisions that you're going to make. Like, should I keep, like I have a 5% owned Garrett Cole that now has 30 fantasy points before the games even start. Like, do I want to get on the chalky stack? Or because of all the variance in baseball, do I just want to like let it fly and just keep it? You know, that's the kind of late swapping that you're doing.
Let it fly. Let it fly is the answer.
Usually in baseball, yeah. Usually it's let it fly. I don't worry so much about playing, like feeling like I need to get on chalk stacks, but I will get on chalk pitchers. Like if I have like the Reds at an aggregate of 5% owned or something, like an average of 5% owned. And then I did have like a ringer low owned SP2 or something. I'm not going to fucking play that guy anymore. Like I'm just going to go and play the chalk just because pitcher's range of outcomes is so much more narrow. You can get beat by chalk just because like you were being a stubborn asshole, and you don't want to get beat because you were being a stubborn asshole. That's the worst kind of fucking beat.
Yeah. Makes sense.
So baseball's a lot of fun.
Yeah, we'll see if I join. I don't know. I'll join.
You're gonna have such good tools over at PayDirt, man. It's gonna be so easy.
I'll have to take one day and just try it out and then go from there. But I certainly am not going to grind 162 games of the season. Absolutely not.
It's so hard, man. The grind is so brutal. But yeah, so we got that. What else do we got going on today over on the old DraftKings? If anybody is ever wondering why I only check DraftKings for how much games we have, it's because I literally cannot log into FanDuel. They have broken my account so bad I cannot log into it.
That's amazing.
It's incredible. I have to use, in order to get FanDuel salaries, I have to download the Roto Grinders projections for the sport so that I can have the salaries of the players on FanDuel. How janky and fucked up is that, right? Like, that's so fucking stupid, dude. So yeah, I hate FanDuel. Anyway, we'll move on. NBA, let's see what we got for NBA. 8 games slate.
Yep, 8 games.
Good. It's the 88 is only 10K to first though, so that's
that's a bummer. But who's playing today? Pistons, Spurs. We got some.
What do we got?
Maybe the Hornets.
We got let's see. So Mavericks Pacers. That game only matters because the Mavericks have to save their season somehow. Like, they have to.
Luka is out because he got his 16th technical yesterday.
Oh my god.
Because he hates Kyrie.
All right. Bucks Pistons.
Oh god.
Rockets Knicks.
Oh.
Suns Jazz. Okay, Suns Jazz. That one's not terrible. 76ers Nuggets. It's a really good one.
There you go.
Jokic. Wolves Kings. That one actually matters because the Wolves have Cat back and the Kings are our playoff team.
Yeah. Yep.
Pelicans Blazers.
Blazers god.
I've thrown in the towel. Like, they're
done.
And then Bulls Clippers. So are the Bulls in the playoff race?
Yeah. They're I think they're the 4th or the 5th seed or something.
Are they?
No, they're 6th, maybe 6th.
I was gonna say there's no fucking way.
Yeah, they're just out of the playoff, the play-in bracket, I think.
So yeah, I mean, you can cross off 4 of those games. It's really a 4-game slate. Like, you're probably there's going to be value to be had, but like, really the game's
gonna
be like 4. Let's see, and then hockey. Let's see, do we have a decent hockey contest? No, the 333 is only 10K to first. Again, fucking trash. The 15 is 10K to first. I'd rather play League of Legends. No, you can't play hockey at this point in the season. That's so bad. But it is a 6-game slate if you hate yourself or whatever. And that's pretty much all that we got.
If we recorded this earlier, we could have played tennis 15K to first.
Yeah, well, fucking Trevor's gonna win that one too, because the models over at Paydirt had a low. He's got a player that's 1% owned. A girl that's 1%.
Oh, really?
Fight, yeah.
I wanted to play, but then I just I had too much other shit to do at work, so he's not even duped, I couldn't play.
Not even duped. So he's gonna have good.
Man, this guy.
Yeah, he's fucking sun running, and it's so funny. Like, he absolutely does go on sun runs. Like, he in the, I don't know, probably year or so that he's been over at Paydirt, he basically has had like 3 instances where he wins everything that he enters, and then like in between it, he fucking donates constantly. He's so funny.
Oh man, I would like to sun run once in a while. That'd be nice.
No kidding. So let's talk about some more sun running. Match play. So the big story, the hilarious story was it was Downside of Me posted after day 2 of match play that what a coincidence it was that BigT and Birdiemonster had literally the same exposures to players in their runs. And I mean, like, I'm not talking like, oh yeah, they like took stands on the same people. No. Like, when you looked at the exposures, it was like 0% to the exact same players, 30% the same guys, 40% the same guys, 50%, like all of it was a carbon copy outside of like one guy that BigT was under and Birdiemonster was over. And so that brought up the discussion of, is this collusion? To which, here's my stance on this, all right? It doesn't fucking matter. If it was collusion,
it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Like, I understand that like BigT and those guys over at RPS, they give out their cores and like people are able to just basically copy their lineups, right? Just like they don't say the quiet part out loud. But that's not like, people get mad about that because like, oh, it's against the rules, blah, blah, blah. Like, no, dude, it doesn't matter, because like the more people that are playing the same lineup, the more edge you have by not playing that lineup. So it doesn't matter. But it was really, really funny to see like the comparisons of exposures. I literally laughed out loud. Like, I sent it to Jeremy. I was like, we have to talk about it on the next podcast, because it was so funny to see it. And it's like, if they're colluding, whatever. But I think what it more was BirDiemonster probably saw the exposure sheet that Big T sent out and just like tried his best to copy it exactly in his runs, which I think is hilarious.
Yeah, and I think the added part of it too is that BirDiemonster and Big T last year, BirDiemonster won this event last year. He got the 200K to first, and Big T got eighth actually. And I mentioned that in my article on Match Play last week. And it's just so funny because they obviously they had a pretty good week this week. They had like a lot of top four equity at least going into Saturday. But yeah, no, it was it's interesting. But yeah, I agree with you. Who cares what lineups people play, and if they're playing the same ones, that doesn't matter. Actually, that's better for us. I don't know what they. I mean, I feel like most of what they do at RPS, like giving out the core, and they always say like, oh, we give out winners. We're men of the people. You know, like that's what they say over there. Which people can make fun of Big T and his dupes. Sure. We certainly do that a lot on the ETR Discord. You would definitely get a chuckle out of it. He's hopped in there a couple of times and he's like, yeah, I'm here. I see you guys. But it's funny because like you'll look at Big T and he has like 150 lineups, 77 uniques or something, and we're just like, what are you doing? But the man does what he does. He's a nice guy. I don't mind him. He's a good dude. He wins money,
and he's really
all
good. Like he is really good. All those guys over there, they're all super solid players. I don't fucking blame anybody for copying what they put out because they're good.
It's funny to me because I don't know how they don't seem very like numbers driven and projections driven. They seem to just like have a feel for it, and that pisses people off. Like Jesse, who is purely projections and numbers based, like projection / ownership, and a ton of these other people. Just let them do what they got to do. Like who cares? Well, don't get mad about it.
I just want to reiterate. If people are duping in large field contests, you want them to be duping it. Like you want people to have like 60, 70 lineup trains. You want that. The more lineups that are the same lineup, the higher your win equity is. You want people to be duping. So don't get frustrated with stuff like that. The only time that collusion, like say that Big T and Birdiemonster were in a small field contest. And we're talking like a 10-man, right? Like say that's like the Thunderdome or something. If they're in like the Thunderdome and they're colluding together to block other people, that is collusion that matters. And we have seen that with a couple high profile players that do it in 3-mans. Names will not be named, but
I was gonna name them.
Oh yeah, go for it. Name them. Yeah.
It was Mock, right?
Yeah, it was Mock 11.
Wasn't it? Yeah. And was it Yuta?
I don't remember if it was Utica. I don't think it was.
I don't think it was Yuta actually.
I think that it was. I think it was Mock 11, and there was another guy that he like recruited in to basically like be the other guy that does this kind of stuff.
Yeah. It wasn't Yuta actually. It was Mock and someone else. I forgot who.
Yeah, but in 3-mans, collusion matters because in a 3-man contest or a 5-man contest, you can collude with another player or players depending on the size of the contest to essentially guarantee a profit by either duping, which splits the winnings 1-2, or blocking other players from being able to win or cash contests. That's where collusion matters. Collusion doesn't fucking matter in large field contests. People get so frustrated with like the Chipotle brothers or whatever. Like I used to be one of them. I was like, oh man, like collusion is so bad. And then I fucking did the math on it. It's like, no, I am more than happy for people to collude. One, if they're duping, then it gives me more edge. And 2, if they're not duping, the edge that they gain is so minuscule over the field that like any outrage on it is overblown. So just don't fucking worry about it in large field contests. This stuff does not matter at all. Like these guys are winning because they're winning. They're good, not because of collusion.
Collusion only matters when you're Tanner Tolbert and your wife Jade entered the tournament also and won $1 million.
Even then, the collusion barely mattered. Like he still had to fucking crush it in order to win with 300 lineups rather than 150. Like that contest is huge.
Yeah.
Like the amount of people that you have to beat, having an extra 150 lineups does virtually nothing for your win equity.
He didn't win though. Jade won.
Yeah, she did. Fair and square. Fair and square. So that's the rant today. That's the tilt today, is people tilting over collusion stuff. And I posted in the Discord because I thought that it was funny to like see the exposures next to each other. And I know that like some people got a little bit like irked about it, but I'm just here to say like it doesn't matter. If it's large field stuff, like it just doesn't matter. Just don't worry about it. Just play to beat them. If two people have the exact same exposures across 300 lineups and say that it's only like, say it's like a 1,000, like a 1,200 person contest, right? And two people max it for 100 lineups each. There's now like 200 lineups that have the exact same exposures across that. And you have basically, if they do badly, if that core does badly, the rake is
less people.
paid.
Yeah.
So like you're not frustrated about that. You hope actually that 4 people have the exact same exposures in that contest. So that now not only is it rake free, but you have positive win equity on every lineup that you have posted. So that's the way you should think about it. Like, don't think about it in terms of like, oh, how does this hurt me? Think about it in terms of how does it help me?
Yeah, I agree.
And that's the tilt today. So yeah, this podcast is mostly dedicated to that. Baseball coming back on Thursday. Super excited. If you don't already have a subscription over at Pater, you should go get a subscription at paterdfs.com. Models are not up yet. I hope to have them up either today or tomorrow. Jeremy, do you have closing thoughts for the people?
Yeah, my closing thoughts are get ready for MLB season and sign up for Pater. That's it.
Those are the greatest closing thoughts you have ever given on this podcast in 11 episodes.
I agree.
Fantastic. My closing thought is going to be that Diablo 4 is fantastic. All right. So I've been playing Diablo 4, the beta, for the last couple of days. I was not going to buy it. I'm mostly a League of Legends guy, but I was like, yeah, I've played a lot of Diablo. I wouldn't mind playing it again. Downloaded the beta, completely addicted. Bought like the fucking ultra package, whatever thing that sends me like a golden dildo made out of Diablo characters, and like it's so fun and so mindless. And the beta ended today, and now I'm depressed until it comes out. So if you were on the fence about buying Diablo 4, you should buy it. It seems really, really good and like true to the Diablo formula.
You mentioned it the other day, I think your other closing thoughts the other day were about Diablo 4, right?
Yeah, it was. Yeah. So there you go. Yeah, now I can connect the dots there. Like Diablo 4 beta came out, and I played it, and it's awesome. So you should go get it.
Consistency right there.
This has been the Tilt Report, episode 11, with James and Jeremy. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you guys for listening and hanging out with us for a little while. If you are not a subscriber over at paterdfs.com, like I said, go get a subscription. The new prices are posted. So if you get an all access subscription now, it is $40. If you get just baseball, it is $35. Obviously, there's a large value disparity between those two things. So you should just get the and if you are not a subscriber over at ETR, you should be, at least for their golf product, which continues out throughout the year, even if NBA is going to be ending soon. So
I got second in Showdown also. I forgot to tell you.
You got second?
Round 4 Showdown. Austin Eckroat hit a birdie on hole 18 to knock me out of the out of first for 20K. But I took home 5K. All good. But yes,
we take that 5K. We take that. That's another week worth of buy-ins. That's pretty good.
Yeah, there you go. But ETR Golf Showdown, best in the business for sure.
It's good. All right, we will talk to you guys in a couple of days. Thank you guys for tuning in, and we will see you on episode 12.
Later.